everybody, welcome to today's lesson. So today's lesson is actually number 3. So for today's lesson, we'll be learning about hyperlinks, labels, and just basics. So along with that, we'll also be learning about more things about hyperlinks. As you know, if you were to see lesson 2's notes, I would have already given a sneak peek of hyperlinks. So I'm just going to reinforce those concepts on you so that you can remember hyperlinks very easily, because those are the most common things you can ever find. Now, another thing is that I'm also going to go through lesson 2's homework, where you had to make a list in a list in a list. So that's what we'll be doing for today's video. That's basically what we'll be doing for today's video. So this video is going to be kind of long, so sorry if there's any inconvenience caused. So without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. Okay, so I'm just opened up the fresh new project or code editor. So let's begin with the coding. So as you know, to start off, we every time start off with doc type HTML, right? After that, what we're gonna do is HTML. Then we have to specify the language, which is equal to English. And then let's create our header. And in our header, we actually have to using the metadata, and that's char set is equal to UTF-8. And finally create your title, the meaning the title. So like I explained in the first video, the title is basically like, for example, here, the title of a Google Classroom, or the title of a web page, or the title of a tab. So that's what you're trying to name here. So I have a sore throat. So that's the title. So let's say the title is going to be the Nubra coding. So it can be anything, but the main important one, which should be the same as mine, is the list part. So let's close title. And after that, let's close head. I don't think we need anything else. And then after that, we go body. And then H1, which is the largest, and say, welcome to the Nubra coding. Okay. And then P. This is all about CSS and HTML. So in this part, I'm actually using most of the things we've learned in the last video. Then we're going to use HR to separate one segment from another segment, as we learned in the last video. And then finally, P. Here are some plans which we offer in tommorow. So what are we supposed to do here? So now that we've done that, let's begin. So start off by first naming it. So for me, I would like to use in a bulleted list. So UL, you can either use an ordered list or a bulleted list. So after writing UL, we're gonna write LI contract basic / LI. And after that, we're gonna write another UL. And then we're gonna explain what this is. This is just contract basic plus, sorry, for example. And then this is just a little, this just offers more features than free contract free. And /li. After that, close this. Finally, next, let's create a new list and name this contract premium. I just need 2. I don't need so many, so I'm just gonna write contract basic plus and contract premium. And now all I have to do is just create another UL, and then right here, this. So then after that, we write LI. This is just to, and is recommended to everyone using contract. And then close list. Understand? So that's it. And always remember to close your tags, otherwise it will bug very easily. /UL. Oh my god, I'm blind. Sorry. slash UL. And finally, we at the end here, we also slash. Also slash. Okay. So if you were to run this page, let's see if it works. There you go. So this is one of the bulleted points, and then inside that bulleted point is another bulleted point, which explains that. And then here we have another bulleted point, and then inside that there's another bulleted point. And as you can see, it's different from the main bulletin point also. So that's what I really just wanted to do. So it's like a nested loop. Like if you were to learn in coding or scratch coding, it would be something like nested loops. So it's exactly the same as what we're doing right here, but just that it's a list. So the most important thing here is making sure that your functions are correct, and always remember to close your tags, and your indentation is also very important in this case. Okay, so that's it for this solution. So if you got it right, good job. But if you didn't, don't worry, you can read. You can actually just view this video again and again to actually understand it better, and try your own exercise. Meaning, I'm not actually going to ask you to do an exercise, but just try it out on any other or using any other mode of code editor, and let's see if it works. So yes, that's the solution for lesson 2, homework. Now that we've actually talked about I've actually gone through the answers for lesson 2's homework. Let's get on with today's video. So for today's video, as you know from the title or at the start of the video, we'll be learning labels, hyperlinks, and simple JS basics, okay? Because JS basics is extremely important for us to know in this segment. So let's start. Labels. What are labels? So labels, all labels really are is just, it's basically like a text box. It's a text box which you can type stuff inside. Yes, where you type stuff inside. That's a label. It's a text box. So after that, we have hyperlinks. Hyperlinks, like I explained in the last video, is something which gets you something which hold on. Oops. Something which gets you from one place to another fast. One place to another fast. And finally, JS is basically just JavaScript. So I'll just be teaching you some simple commands, like how do you link HTML to JS and the document get element by ID. Actually, you know what? I won't teach that today, guys. Today, I'll teach it in the next lesson. But for now, I'm just going to teach you guys how to link HTML to JS. Okay? So, that's literally just the main point of today's video. So let's get started on it, shall we? Okay, let's open up a fresh new code sandbox. Let's go back to the dashboard and let's create a new sandbox. And let's name this and click on HTML plus CSS, and let's name this lesson 03. Lesson 03. For lesson 3, we'll be learning labels. What else? What else did I say? Good, hyperlinks, and finally JS basics. After that, just click on create sandbox. So as you learned in the notes section, you would have learned that that you'll be learning how to link HTML to JS, and that's actually the most important part of today's video, because in the next lesson we'll basically be doing JS and making the website more interactive. So let's start by deleting this entire code, and let's begin. Start all by first writing doc type HTML. After that, HTML language is equal to English. And then finally, header. Then after that, meta charset. Charset is equal to UTF-8. No, not UTF-9, sorry, UTF-8. Finally, title. Sorry. Title is hello, and then we close the title. After that, we close head. And then after that, let's create body. And then H1. Welcome to my website. And then close H1 and then paragraph. Here, I talk about all the things I like to do. Okay. After that, close body. And then we close HTML. So if you were to refresh this page, you would see the same thing. Welcome to my website. Here I talk about all the things I like to do. So this is actually the output, right? This is the preview of the output and how it'll actually look like on our website. So today I'll teach you guys how to create a label. So let's start by first start by a HR, adding a HR. And then let's write a paragraph saying login to my website. And then let's close. So to actually create a label, all you have to do is write label like this, and then say, for example, just write label, or just write label and say username / label. And after that, create an input. Okay, and then click on text is equal to text. Placeholder is equal to password, I think. Plus is equal to username, I think. So let's see if this works. Yeah, so this is your username and that's your password now. So if this, then that's right. What if we change this to password? What will happen if we change it to password? Nothing will actually happen. So basically text is basically just the text which you're using, okay? So there are two IDs to use, text and placeholder. And if I made any mistake, I would have edited in the notes and I would have already pointed out the mistake there. So if you find any mistakes, don't worry because I would have found out about all the mistakes there, okay? So let's continue. So after doing that, all we're gonna do, okay, yeah, don't worry about the website which I just opened accidentally. After that, we've created this. Let's create a password. So let's create a new label and name this password. Sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot to close input. Okay, next. Now you don't need to actually close these tags. Okay, so take note of that. After that, let's create a new label and name this password. And after that, create a new input. Name, I'm saying text is equal to text. Placeholder is equal to password. Okay. And after that, we just close this. So if you were to load this website again, you have to username and then password. And also remember that you want a space between these two, meaning you want this above and the next one below, right? So if you would like that, all we have to do is create BR. After that, if you were to load this, username, password. So you can also, one thing you can do is you can also remove these two. Because if you don't want to show that it's your username and password. So if you want to remove those two, I'm also fine with it. So if you were to refresh this page, it just says username and password. So that's the placeholder which we are using here. So if you want to change the text to password, let's see what happens. The text changes to password. So you know the text is password. Okay? Let me see. I think there's a mistake. You know what? If there's a mistake, I'll just tell you guys because for now we're still on the video. So let's just continue. So there's a mistake. Let me check if there's a mistake and I will come back to see if it is. Okay, so I just realized this is not supposed to be text. This is supposed to be type. And this is also supposed to be type. So if I were to just refresh this page, it would come as a password, and this is come as the username. So as you can see, it comes as an invisible password now. So that's what happens when you actually change it to a password, something like that, okay? So let's continue. So after doing that, let's actually go through something else. What are we going to go through now? Now that we've gone through labels, let's go through hyperlinks. Now, as you learned, I've actually talked about hyperlinks before. So let's create a new segment, and let's create a new hyperlink. So href, and let's get a picture from the internet. So let's search up sas baka, because why not? And finally, let's look for the some random picture, and then let's save image as. And once you're done, no, sorry, not save image as. All you have to do is just copy link and click on copy image address. That's the first way. Another way you can do is open image in new tab, and then just copy that. That's how you can copy. And all you're gonna go is paste it here and close. That's it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna name your thing naming. Do not click here, for example. And then we close it. Okay? So you can also link YouTube videos. Not only can you link images, but you can also link YouTube videos along with images. Okay? So you can actually link anything. So if you click here, it opens the image. So what you can do is you can change the width and size. So all you're gonna do is just go click on width is equal to click on height. So that's all we have to do is just do height. Sorry, hold on. All I'm gonna do is height is equal to maybe 50 pixels. No, maybe 100 pixels. And width is equal to 200 pixels. Okay. So for this one, I'll actually just write equal to 200. Okay, so if you were to load this page again, it didn't work. Surprising, because nothing ever works for me, but I guess it's fine now. If there are any mistakes, I'll let you know. So let me just quickly try troubleshoot this again. You know what? It's fine. So in the next video, I'll explain the mistake if I can find it. Okay. So yeah, that's how you actually link a hyperlink. It's not that difficult. Now let's talk about JS Basics. So one thing it's when we talk about JS Basics is that so let's talk about one thing about JS Basics, and that is we need an ID. We need to use the ID. So if we link an ID, we can actually get element by ID from it. So let me explain. Let's say I have this P here. Now, if my ID is equal to paragraph, and then if I were to link it to JavaScript by writing script, and then var, so yeah, it won't work. But var, so var, what I'm gonna do is var hello is var paragraph is equal to document. So all it's right is document dot get element by ID, which is paragraph. Okay, and then paragraph dot inner HTML is equal to HTML equal to hello, I am Shreyas. So if we were to refresh this page, this is supposed to change. So one thing you need to take note is that in JavaScript for variables, we actually define it by using the var function, and its document.getElement by ID is basically getting the element, or the computer basically trying to find the element based on its ID. So in this case, the ID is paragraph as I've written right here. So that's basically just all for today's JS basics, because that's what you really need to take note of. You need to take note of IDs, and IDs help you to change stuff automatically. For example, when I click off a button, the text changes. Or when you want to create an animation, you use JS. JS is the best thing you use to create an animation, which is why it's extremely important for you to use IDs. IDs are the best things to use. So not only are we learning IDs using CSS or anything, we also use it to link HTML to JS. And one of the most important things we do here is using the script function, right? So that's the most important thing. Okay. So all we have to do is just set paragraph to I like tomatoes. I like tomatoes. I like tomatoes. I like tomatoes. So if you would, so that's all you have to do now. So that's it, okay? And after that, you just close script. Okay? So that's it for today's video. So if you have any questions, please let me know on my email, danubaofficial@gmail.com. So thanks for watching today's video. We hope you found this useful. But I'll see you in another video when my voice is actually better. Bye.